Lyndal, it's great to see you here at the Sydney CDI.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be here. It was a quick last minute decision after being at Hagen, and my family were in Europe with me, supporting me and my husband, and I desperately love being home, and especially for the CDI that's really important to me. It's a big important show, particularly this year with the WEG qualifications, and I want to be here to support my fellow riders and enjoy the experience of being back at the Sydney CDI.
I can see you really enjoy coming home and to these events and catching up with some familiar faces.
It's like nothing's changed for me every time I come back, even from the stewards out the back to all the riders. I got a big kiss from Heath, as everybody does, but like my life didn't change so much. It has been based in Europe, but based on everything here and home in Australia, particularly in Sydney, I still have all the same friends and the same support with the riders and so forth, back and forth to one another. It might be a big distance between the Aussie riders here and over there in terms of miles, but for me nothing's changed. I still feel a very strong pull to being home in Australia with the Australian riders.
How long have you been based overseas now for?
I think it's 10 years now, maybe going on 11. It went quickly. I went first, my plan was 18 months with my trainer at the time, Matthew Dowsley. He came home and I stayed, so I didn't think I'd be based in Europe. It was never my plan. But life changed and I met Patrick, and I wanted to really take advantage of the experience of being over there at that time and learn as much as I can, because I started late in this sport. I started in my 20s, and that's very late obviously, and I really wanted to get better quickly, so it was a good opportunity for me to take. And then I met my husband, and then what do you do?
Put that first, I guess, and it's meant that you can be based there now on a longer term period. How often do you come home to Australia now?
I come home every 4 months. It's always been of vital importance to me to keep my home base. I'm very close to my family, and I have an amazing support crew of family and friends, both in the horse world and outside of that. And for me, that was crucial that I keep that important and a focal point of my life. And that so far has been so good. I'm always home for at least one competition, generally the CDI or the Australian Championships. I like to support my local shows. It's really important to me. And also Clarendon, I'm often there as well. Last year I helped the young riders, did a clinic with them for 2 days. It's really important to be a part of it and to see everybody improving, and particularly this year, now that I'm not competing for WEG, I want to support these guys, because I think it's a great opportunity to get some Aussie-based home riders in that team, and I think we have the potential to do so it's going to be really exciting.
And that's something very heartening to see, the level of support and interest that you show in riders based here in Australia especially. You're regularly commenting in social media posts, giving people a pat on the back or that little push of encouragement that they might need. You've never taken your eyes off home base.
No, never. It means the world to me that we as a group collectively be strong, and I think we need that coming up to Tokyo. I think I really want to give that a push as a team. I think it's super important, and I think we have the horsepower and the rider power to be better than ever for Tokyo. And that for me includes supporting these guys at home. I don't feel disjointed from it. Okay, sometimes it's sad not to compete in front of my home crowd. I would love that and would probably cry like an idiot. So I get emotional just watching these guys, but it's important. I want to be there for them, and vice versa. I think that's what horse community is about, supporting each other and growing and getting better as a group, and we need to do that, to be behind one another and push ourselves. And if we can do that, then I think we'll be really challenging some high positions coming Tokyo.
So how are things going with your team back in Europe?
Yeah, I'm actually really excited. It's been a bit of a transition for me. It was never in contention for me to challenge a position for WEG, because I don't really have the horses at the right age at this moment. I planned entirely for Tokyo. That's always been my focus since Rio. And I have an amazing 9-year-old mare called Ellie, or Elvive. I found her in Holland and had her for over a year now. So it's been fun developing her and taking my time. She's phenomenal. I've already won a national Grand Prix. Not Grand Prix, I wish I'd gotten that far. Actually Prix St George, but she's training Grand Prix. And I'm very excited with her. So that's my hope for the future. Sandra Boy's still doing his thing. He's 17 years young, but he's done his job now. I don't want to put him under pressure. So I ride him every day still. Nothing's changed. It's just I won't compete him. And then I've got another mare that's coming along that I love, that actually from Patrick's Grand Prix Olympic mare Daya, and then a little Aussie battler called Fred that we have actually bred in Australia, and I have him over there, and he just won his Inter 2 with nearly 74%. So I'm super excited for what's ahead.
So things are progressing as well as you could hope.
Yeah, I can't complain. It's a great journey, and it's been fun to take a bit of time back from competing at the major competitions and focus on developing the horses. I've really enjoyed that.